The National Memorial Service in honor of the late Isithwalandwe Seaparankwe John Nkadimeng is underway. We take you live there now to that memorial service.
International solidarity work. And it is pleasing to us as the ANC Youth League that in this month of August, we've received the news that a Black African-American female in the form of Kamala Harris will make history as the first Black woman to run for deputy presidency in the United States of America. President Nelson Mandela, during the occasion of the burial of Comrade Harry Gwala, said the following words, and I will quote, "In history, each individual makes his or her unique contribution, but that contribution is reshaped by the input of others to become unrecognizable on its own. Yet some contributions stand out as monuments precisely because the individuals responsible do not fear to differ. They do not wield the slightest side of divergence," unquote. And we believe that Nkadimeng belonged into the history of such individuals. We've listened in awe when comrades, his own comrades that he has served with, those that looked up to him, his mentees, spoke at length about this towering figure. And one thing that stood out about Nkadimeng is that he was never one to shy away from robust discussions and disagreements. And this was evident in the birth of the Congress of South African Trade Unions in 1985. As we celebrate this life well-lived, Comrade Chair of the session, the ANC Youth League realizes that we have bigger shoes to fill, and that in our lowest moments in the history, during the most difficult times that the ANC Youth League finds itself in, the demise of such greatness is a painful reminder that we have not achieved our very own generational task and mission. Unlike Nkadimeng and his peers, who carefully took in younger recruits, mobilized for their education across the globe, and selflessly guided the organization, our ANC Youth League has not much to celebrate. We say to the family of Nkadimeng that his legacy will not be in vain. The ANC Youth League sees the demise of Nkadimeng as an opportunity to self-reflect. We're seeing this as an opportunity for us to pause, ponder, and reflect of the life that was well-lived, and what is it that the ANC Youth League can learn and extract from such a well of knowledge. Acknowledge the fact that in our pursuance and in our pursuit to our generational mission of economic empowerment in our lifetime, we've not had it easy, Comrade Chair of the session, but because of the strides and difficulties and the unfavorable conditions that Comrade Nkadimeng served this organization diligently during the most difficult of times, but still carried on, we believe, as the ANC Youth League, our very own mission will be realized. Comrade John Nkadimeng loved this organization, and this was evident in how he and his peers took in recruits and ultimately fought for the liberation of this country. He led the defiance campaign when it was not favorable to, and he stuck to his words and made a promise that South Africa will be liberated. We say Comrade Nkadimeng loved the ANC and this organization because we want to use this opportunity to make a plea to those that are currently leading us, those whose opportunities were created by Comrade Nkadimeng and his peers to come in and lead when their times allowed, to say, we are pleading with you, leaders of the ANC, if you truly love this organization, the way you claim to love it, the way Comrade Nkadimeng and his peers loved the organization, allow and create a healthy environment that will birth young revolutionaries who will take this organization to greater heights. We believe that those who truly love this organization will work towards preparing young militant leaders to take over the ANC, but will not do for wrongdoings within the ANC. One of the speakers in the last provincial memorials of Comrade Nkadimeng spoke painfully about the messages that Comrade Nkadimeng must give to those that he will find in the hereafter. That he must tell them that the ANC is bleeding internally. It is not bleeding because of any other thing, but the fact that as leaders, whether we're young or whether we're old, we've relegated our duties and responsibilities to create a healthy
Mokhali, for a very inspiring tribute to Comrade Nkadimeng, very clearly an inspiration also to you in times of struggling to get the Youth League back on its feet, and a clear analysis of what country work for all of us. I would like to call on Comrade Frith Selolo to please take the podium, but please remember that you only have
Good afternoon, Program Director. The National Chairperson, Comrade Gwere Mantashe, Deputy Secretary General, Comrade Jesse Duarte, members of the NEC present, leadership of Alliance, leadership of the Women's League, the veterans, PYA, branches of the ANC, Nkadimeng family and relatives, friends and comrades. Matsidiso go ba lelapa le meloko ya Ntate Nkadimeng and the entire movement. Re leboge lelapa la Ntate Nkadimeng go mo tlhokomela go fitlha his last days. ANC Onika Mashego branch mourns the passing of our struggle veteran, a stalwart, Seaparankwe Ntate John Nkadimeng. Ntate Nkadimeng was not just a leader, but a father figure to all of us. He belongs to the special generation of selfless leaders that sacrificed their lives and freedom to fight the brutal system of apartheid for the total liberation of our people and emancipation of the working class and the poor. We thank the family for lending and sharing him with us, a life well lived and deserved to be celebrated. Ntate Nkadimeng was an all-rounder, a true revolutionary, an internationalist, an organizer, a trade unionist, an activist, and a freedom fighter. Our stalwart is no more, and it will be befitting to remember him and celebrate his life as part of those groundbreaking group of trade unionists that managed to popularize the cause of trade union at the time of the great hostility from both employers and the apartheid regime. Ntate Nkadimeng was a pioneer trade unionist who contributed immensely to building the trade union movement in shaping the South African democracy dispensation. In his early years, our stalwarts understood that without unions, workers would lose much protection against the abusive employers. That's why he was elected as a shop steward with the African Tobacco Workers Union in 1947. He grew to become a general secretary of the underground South African Congress of Trade Union, a position that paves to the formation of COSATU. A member of South African Communist Party Central Party in a committee in exile, an NEC member, a member in good standing of ANC Onika Mashego branch in Johannesburg region. As young activists of the ANC, we have always interacted with Ntate Nkadimeng on a number of occasions where he shares his life experience. And I must say that at all times, the family gave us an access to Ntate Nkadimeng even when he was at his advanced age, and he will always be happy to be with us. As a branch, we have made it our foremost task to organize and celebrate his birthdays with the family and other senior leaders of the organization. This gave us an opportunity to spend more time, and he used this opportunity to share the whole story of how they used to organize during those times when they were banned. We used some of these tactics to penetrate the ward during the 2011 local election, and we actually win the ward. Unfortunately, we lost the ward again in 2016 during the local election. I would like to challenge my fellow branch members that since we'll be going to the next local elections, we need to work hard and win back the ward in honor of Nkadimeng. Program Director, it is important to mention that just few kilometers from his house, there is an ANC branch named after him in Ward 73, Houghton in Johannesburg. Nkadimeng was adored for all the qualities associated with the glorious generation of leaders with moral integrity, courage, wisdom, self-sacrifice, honesty, dignity, and sheer decency. Nkadimeng was a true struggle activist who epitomized the very soul and essence of what it means to be a servant of the people. He was in the struggle not for self-interest, not for the material gain or acknowledgement, but to rid of our country of the plight of apartheid. We will remember Nkadimeng that you always, first and foremost, being the leader of the people's movement, you never lost sight of your role as the leader and the servant of the liberation movement through your commitment, dedication, humility, selflessness, your loyalty, and discipline. That to be a true leader is to be the servant of your people. For this, we salute you. Now that you are no longer with us in person, but your example shines more brightly than ever and will continue to inspire and guide us for as long as we live. The best way to honor this gallant fighter is to take forward the struggle that he led. As a branch, we will protect and guide the precious legacy by fighting rampant corruption that is eating the moral fiber of our organization. We need to defend the unity and the integrity of the glorious movement. We must be committed disciples of change, reconnect with the people, and pursue the ANC popular objective like the true revolutionary who seeks only to serve the nation. Please convey our regards to all our...
Giving us a very good perspective on a wonderful veteran of our struggle, humility, selflessness, service to the people, loyalty, and above all, his presence on a daily basis, never leaving the organization, always present, always part of it.
All right, so we come out of that memorial service for Isithwalandwe, Seaparankwe, John Nkadimeng.